Hello there, Stevos. Welcome to this week's episode of Steve's Movie Wrap-Up. Now, this is going to be a very short episode because there's only 3 movies that I have watched in this past week. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what movies I've watched this week. Starting off with The Marvels. Now, I gave this movie a 2.5-star rating over on Letterboxd. I'll give this movie the credit where credit is due. Is this movie great? No, it's not. However, though, there was moments in this film that I actually enjoyed. For example, the first 25 minutes of this movie was so fun to watch, to see Carol, Kamala and Monica switch roles from where they are, especially during a specific fight scene with some bad guys. That was really fun and I really enjoyed that, and I thought that Kamala was great, and Iman Vellani, who plays the role as Kamala Khan, did an absolute smashing role as her. I should also say that I already knew that Iman Vellani would smash it as Kamala, because when Ms. Marvel originally released on Disney+, I really enjoyed that series, and that was because she was an incredible star in that. I think we need to see more of Kamala in the MCU in the future, and while we are at it, can someone please give Iman Vellani the keys so that she can become the president of Marvel Studios? The other character who completely stole the show for me was Goose the Cat. Now, while I did not enjoy the first Captain Marvel film, when that got released, I came out of the cinema somewhat enjoying the film because of Goose the Cat. I'll be honest, there's a specific scene in the movie which I won't spoil, but let's just say it involves a lot of cats, and while the side story that involves these cats is ridiculous and didn't need to be in this movie, it was still funny to see on screen with how they are showcased on screen. Now on to the negatives. I mean, Marvel, for me at this point, I think they need to take a little break. I mean, I know in 2024 we are only getting one Marvel Studios project in the form of Deadpool 3, releasing in July 2024, but Marvel are still going to be releasing quite a lot of content on Disney Plus in 2024. But the visual effects in this, you could tell at times that when the whole switcheroony thing was happening between Carol, Kamala and Monica, it sometimes worked, but other times they didn't match the visual effects, and that was quite noticeable. There was a certain point in the movie where I thought I wasn't watching a Marvel project, I thought I was watching a completely different project slash movie. There's a side story which, again, won't go into too much detail about, but the Marvels land on a planet where if you talk to the characters on the planet, they won't understand you. However, if you sing to them, they will understand you. There was one very, very specific scene and piece of dialogue in this moment that really, really frustrated me and annoyed me. Not kidding. The post-credit scene that we got at the end of the Marvels, I mean, I don't quite know what to say about it. Was it really a big thing? Again, without spoiling it, for me, the post-credit scene at the end of the movie didn't feel really big, despite the fact there's articles on the internet saying that it changes everything in the MCU. I don't think it did. I think if any fans are just expecting certain things to happen, I think any fans are just expecting certain things to happen in the MCU at this point. And all in all, it's not the best Marvel movie that I have seen. I would honestly say that I enjoyed the Loki Season 2 finale on Disney Plus more than I enjoyed the MCU project, but at least it's safe to say that I did somewhat enjoy this movie and appreciate it for what it was. There is one more thing I should point out in this review for the Marvels. Let's talk about the villain in this movie. Was I scared about the villain? No, I wasn't. Did the villain bring anything to the table for this movie? For me, it didn't. Also, where did the villain even come from? Because surely this villain should have had some background or backstory before being introduced into this movie. There was no development with this villain whatsoever, which made the movie rather weak. I also should point out that this movie doesn't really have a proper story in it. The movie itself just feels rather messy at times, with just a plot that's all over the place. Well, anyways, like I say, putting all the negatives to one side, and while there's a lot of them, I can still safely say that the movie gets 2.5 stars because I did somewhat enjoy some characters and some of the humour in this. The next movie that I watched was... it's a movie called Dix the Musical. And bizarrely, I gave this 3.5 stars over on Letterboxd as well. What the actual hell have I watched for the last 90 minutes? I honestly laughed my bum off for the last hour and a half. It's a musical full of lots of crude humour and adult humour, filled with lots of hilariously funny plot twists. What I love about this movie is even from the opening moment, it knows it's not going to take itself too seriously. This was designed to be a funny musical that you can't take seriously, and while a lot of the characters can't sing a single note in this movie, but this is still such a fun time. Seriously, if there is one movie that you should check out soon, make sure it's this one, because it does have so much crude humour in it, particularly in the songs as well. I probably won't watch this one often, but I'm glad that I have seen this, because I did laugh so hard at times during certain parts of the movie. I should also say that A24 distributed this film as well, so expect there to be some really weird moments in this film, because there is, particularly in the final act of the film. And the last movie that I watched this week, which was over on the streaming service Netflix, was The Killer, directed by David Fincher. I gave this movie 3 stars over on Letterboxd. I somewhat enjoyed this movie. That has recently been released over on Netflix. The Killer, directed by David Fincher, and stars Michael Fassbender alongside Tilda Swinton, is a very stylistic movie which also has a great soundtrack to match the movie, which, by the way, heavily relies on the band The Smiths. Quite a lot of the songs they use from the Smiths' back catalogue I am very familiar with. They even used one song in particular. You know what, this film deserves 5 stars just for using this song. They used the song Girlfriend in a Coma. Yes! That's right. Girlfriend in a coma, I know, it's serious. Oh, man, what a tune. I must say that for the majority of the movie, this does pretty much rely on Michael Fassbender's character, who is called The Killer. The characters don't have actual names in this film, and I thought that Michael did a great job playing the villain, an assassin who is out for revenge. Again, the revenge storyline was rather decent as well, and some of the kills that we did get to see in this thriller are somewhat creative too at times. We do get to follow this character around to different parts of the world on his mission to hunt down the people that he is looking for. And the countries that we do get to see in this movie, I think, were filmed in a really great and stunning way. A very good film, and one that I would recommend people to watch on Netflix if they're struggling to find a good thriller movie to watch. And sadly, that is all the movies that I have watched this week as part of Steve's movie wrap-up, okay? Honestly, I am going to be going away from this video right now. I am going to be watching some more movies. A lot of them are going to be re-watches, by the way, so don't be too surprised if in the next episode of Steve's movie wrap-up there is a lot of movies that I go, I've re-watched this. I've re-watched this, trying to get my words out my mouth. However, though, there are going to be a couple of brand new movies that I am going to watch next week, which are definitely going to be part of the wrap-up. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. What movies have you been watching this week? feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you are new around here, you enjoyed what you have seen and want to see more of me and my content, then feel free to hit that subscribe button to become a Stevo. Your next YouTube video is coming up tomorrow, Monday the 13th of November, 4 PM UK time, with Steve's weekly vlog. But until then, though, it's goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next YouTube video.